How's Maynard?
I don't know, I haven't really trained him yet.
You have any idea what it might be?
I have no idea. The game was going on and they took him off and we were focused on the game. I haven't been in training yet.
Do you have any idea what happened that last turnover that we stepped on Thompson? It looked like the ball was nowhere near us.
Yeah, no, they had the inside guy covered and he was trying to throw it up the seam. It's obvious he didn't see him. Obviously didn't see him.
Definitely, we're pretty depleted on the defensive front. It's most of the game, sometimes playing just two down the line. Let's talk about, I guess, the overall defensive effort that you guys put forth.
Well, we came up with some turnovers, got the ball out. We still didn't tackle very well. We don't have a lot of depth in there to be able to rotate guys in, right now. So some of the guys are, battling their hardest, playing on one leg, trying to get it done. And but that's the way it is. It's just, there's no one else to play, so it's those guys are competing hard. And, they were able to win the ball, and the back did a good job, I thought. He spun out of a lot of tackles and made extra yards, and so. But yes, you're right.
What's that pain situation?
Kendrick Payne, he had his finger operated on Tuesday, and had a pin put in it. The prognosis, if they didn't have to put a pin in, he could play, but they put a pin in it and some meshing around it so he couldn't play. I'm not sure if he's done for the year. I think it was pretty painful. I think they still left it up to him that if he could play, but he had a lot of pain for 2 days. He couldn't sleep and was on medication, and so I don't think there was any way he could play today, but he could. We'll see how he feels coming up.
You have quite a few possessions where you got inside their 25, but weren't able to turn those into touchdowns. What were you not able to do tonight? Because that's been an issue all year long.
Well, the fumbles obviously hurt us. We're moving the ball well and put the ball on the ground. We had an open receiver. We had a couple open receivers in the end zone there that we were a little high on the ball. And on one of them in the corner down there at the south end, Harper was open early, but we got some pressure in our face and he couldn't see him. So we tried to move out and hit him in the front of the end zone and just missed him in the front. We had Harper open on a double move down the middle of the field and just missed it high. And then again with Maurice, that was possibly there. And so, just execution.
That kind of pass to the high end. Was that simply he's 8 inches taller than your guy, or was Williams not in position right, or what did you see on that?
Well, from my angle, the guy's whatever he is, 6'7", and Steve's right there with him. But they were jump balls, and he threw them up, and the guy went up and made a great catch. He's the best tight ends in the country, and it's unfortunate we let Price out of the pocket because that's when Price hurts you the most is out of the pocket, and he did that again tonight. He was able to get his way out of the pocket, and when we kept him in the pocket, we were pretty successful. When he gets out of the pocket, he's going to throw the ball up to that big guy, and Steve was there with good coverage. It wasn't like it was busted coverage. It was just a mismatch in personnel.
Do you think this game was a case maybe of Zach missing Keenan out there, missing his safety?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Obviously having Keenan is great, but I thought those young receivers played their tail off. I'm really proud of them. They played really hard. They made some big catches. Played really hard. You lose the all-time leading receiver and your leading receiver. Sometimes it's not having him there makes a little bit of a difference. But I thought the young guys really played hard. And they played well. And I thought they were able to, like us some time, and I thought Harper played hard, and Kyle made a couple nice catches, and he played hard. So, you know, the future is bright with those young receivers. Those young receivers are great competitors, and they're great young men. Treggs couldn't really play, you know, tonight because of his ankle. So, you know, didn't practice all week. So, you know, there was just no way he would have been able to really play.
Talk about Chris Harper's played a little bit more, and how did he seem to want to step up this week, knowing Keenan was going to be out?
You know, Harper wants to step up every week, and Harper's been doing that through the year. You know, he's a very talented guy, and he's learning each and every week on timing and things like that, and ball security. Last week it was unfortunate we were on the ground, but he cares a lot, as is Darius Powell. You know, those are great young men right there with great attitudes and ability, and you know, the future is bright for those guys. You know, they're very strong competitors. They're good students of the game. You know, you always wonder going into a game like this if there's going to be some blown assignments or something on a short week, and I thought they did a nice job of that. I thought Harper, we're down, you know, to kind of our third, fourth guy, third guy punt returning, and he had to step up. He really hasn't done that, and he had to punt return, you know, catch a ball tonight. And so, you know, those young guys, you know, I love them. They're just really great kids and really want to play hard, and I thought they played a good game tonight.
Jeff, what was DeAndre's problem as he headed out of camp a little bit, and can you also just comment on just the disappointment of not being able to bowl this season?
Yeah, well, DeAndre didn't practice all week, and you know, he had a sprained ankle. But we got to a point where he just needed to spell a couple guys because Tedford was in there, you know, playing hurt, and you know, so it was just to give us some minutes and try to spell some guys in there. Because Kafusi went out early in the game. Looks like Kafusi will probably be out for the year. He broke his kneecap, so he went out early in the game, and so it was just a matter of trying to get some minutes from some guys, you know. And DeAndre wasn't full speed, but needed to go in. The bowl game situation is, you know, obviously disappointing. It's not something that we're used to. You know, you work very hard in this. The players invest a lot of time and energy, and the staff does. So that's always disappointing not to be able to play in the postseason. Like I said, it doesn't happen to us very often, and so it's not a good feeling, you know, whatsoever. Because as hard as they work and the investment they put in, you like to see them be rewarded, and you know, that with a bowl game, and that's not happening this year.
Yeah, Jeff, before the season started, could you have imagined this team finishing with a losing record? Was that inconceivable to you as you started the fall practice?
No, I didn't go into fall practice thinking we were going to have a losing season.
I mean,
No, I did not go into the season thinking we were going to have a losing season. Sorry, I didn't think that.
In your first 7 seasons as coach, I think you won 59-30. Since 2009, under 500, and now losing bowl games the last 3 years. Can you sort of assess the state of the program?
State of the program's fine. We had a down year. You know, 2 years ago we didn't go to a bowl game by 1 game, and I can't remember the stat, but the games that we lost that year were by a total of a few points. We lost our starting quarterback that year, and you know, so but you know, so it's state of the program's fine. You know, it's we need to do some better things, and you know, continue to recruit. We have a good young group of guys here, you know, from the offensive line to those skilled players that you saw today. And so you know, I'm very committed to this program and making sure that we get back to where we need to be.
Probably have time for 1 or 2 more questions. You get players in here too.
Jeff, if Zach can't go, is Alan the next man up?
anything that was ugly or, anything like that, but he seemed to be in quite a bit of pain, when he was out there. Zach's a very tough guy, so, just, we'll see how he's doing.
Last question here.
Nick Forbes had the tip for the interception and he forced a couple of other turnovers. Is this the best game you've seen from him so far?
Well, yeah, around the ball, I think Nick gets better every week. Nick's a force in there, and in the run game as well. And I don't know who tipped the ball. I don't think he tipped it to himself.
He did.
He did tip it to himself, and that's a great play. And that was down there on the far side. Most of those things were in a pile on the way, so I couldn't really tell exactly what happened. But for him to come up with the ball, was it 3 times, right? Coming up with the ball 3 times is big. And he's one of the young players I'm talking about that, when you look at our linebacking core, however many guys that haven't played this year, there's a bunch of young, very good linebackers, guys, that we forget that were hurting camp, like David Wilkerson and Jason Gibson and Forbes and those guys. We have a good crew of young linebackers. Scarlett, you can, so again, that's another position where the future is bright as far as those